Dear students of Class 10, Environmental Science, Chapter 6, Biodiversity. In that first unit, the topic is Value of Biodiversity. What is the definition of biodiversity? The variety of plant and animal life in the world or in a particular habitat, a high level of which is usually considered to be important and desirable. You can see here in the picture, in the given picture, you can see how biodiversity is seen. So many animals in different habitats, different states. That's the world map in which so many kinds of animals are given. Is it not, children? So that is how diversity of animals and plants and living organisms is seen. Is that clear? Have you ever been to forest, desert, or any grassland, or any maidan, or any park? So you will be observing so many varieties of plants and animals there, insects there, isn't it? There can be tiny plants and huge trees, moderate herbs, shrubs, isn't it? So enormous kinds of varieties of animals and plants you'll find there. Besides these, there are a number of microbes present in the soil, water and air. Thus, at a given habitat, there are numerous different kinds of organisms present exhibiting biological diversity. Biodiversity means the total genes, species and ecosystems of region. Biodiversity differs from place to place as each habitat has its distinct biota. See children, what I have defined in the beginning of the lesson is the definition. When they ask a definition, you have to write particular word. Each word carries marks. Is that clear? But when you want to explain, you can explain biodiversity means the totally genes, species and ecosystem of a region. Biodiversity differs from place to place as habitat has its distinct biota. Each habitat, water, terrestrial, arboreal, like that, got it? Aerial, terrestrial, arboreal, aquatic, like that different habitat has got its own biota. Plant life and animal life of each region may be rich, varied and distinct. The world has innumerable different kinds of regions. This would mean that the whole world is inhabited by millions of species of plants and animals existing in different habitat, exhibiting tremendous biodiversity. Is it clear? So there is certainly different kinds of animals and plants. Value of biodiversity. Human lives are inextricably linked with plant and animal world. That means invariably we are linked with each other. Animal world, particularly human beings, without plant life can we live? Like that. Mankind gets many direct and indirect benefits from them. The enormous diversity of living world provides food, timber, fibers, medicine, drugs, etc. Got it, children? So now one by one, the value of biodiversity we are going to learn. Many organisms are environmental scavengers which help maintaining the ecological balance of the earth. Today earth is like this, very clean, means it is only because of microorganisms. You all know that. You have learned the ecological balance in the food chain, etc. Is it not? So it is very important that to know the value of biodiversity. First, as a source of food. Plants and animals are the sources of food. How plants, now we are going to learn. There are over 3,000 species of food plants, out of which 150 species are commercialized. That is edible and sold, grown for the purpose of food, etc. 80% of the food output is raised by about 20 species. 2/3 of food is being produced by 3 carbohydrate rich crops, namely wheat, maize and rice. More and more food plants should be recognized and cultivated on a larger areas. Got it, children? Now, if we see the various kinds of food, sources of foods. See, you can see various kinds of foods in this picture. Got it? So, you are going to see now maize, all these sources of food. Is that clear? These are various kinds of foods which we get by the plants. See, vegetables, fiber vegetables, soluble fibers, insoluble fibers, vegetables, fruits, various plant substances or plant products we eat as foods. Animals. From animals also man gets food. Man consumes meat from mainly 9 species of animals: cattle, pigs, sheep, goats, water buffaloes, chicken, ducks, geese and turkeys. They have good quality of protein. Fish is now being regarded as domesticated animal because of development of aquaculture, growing of organisms which live in water is called aquaculture. Got it? Growing of fish is called pisciculture. Got it? Prawn culture, pisciculture. Now coming up fields, all these are. Fish farms exist in various rivers in Canada, Chile, Norway, Spain, etc. Is that clear? Now coming to the biodiversity as the source of the fats and oils. Got it? Source of fats and oil foods. Okay. Nowadays, the most commonly used oilseed plants are mustard, groundnut, palm, till, coconut. The other oils which are becoming popular include soya bean, binola, cottonseed. Binola means cottonseed oil, sunflower and rapeseed oil. Big sized mustard seeds are called rapeseeds. New species of oil yielding plants are continuously being investigated, like jojoba seeds, wild gourd, bitter colocynth, rice bran, etc. Now they are available in markets also, children. Got it? See, oil cans are there and oil sources are also there. Did you witness there? Now, these are various sources of foods. Now, fiber containing food. The major fiber yielding foods are cotton, flax, hemp, jute, sisal, abaca and coin. Scientists are searching for more new superior fiber yielding plants because they give us so many things: clothes, gunny bags, etc. We have so much of use with the fibers. Got it, children? The new disease resistant varieties. See, if you take rice, it won't stay long, means if it becomes spoiled, there's no use. So now what they are doing genetically modified organisms. In the previous lessons you have learnt how they are using biotechnology and getting disease resistant varieties. Got it? Sometimes domesticated commercial species of food plants are susceptible to certain diseases. If however they are crossbreeding means you have learnt in your previous lesson. Genetically modified, DNAs will be mixed. Cut and paste technology. With the corresponding wild varieties, a disease-resistant plant is obtained. Rice was made resistant to 4 main diseases by crossing it with wild species of Oryza nivesa. Actually, rice is called Oryza sativa. So the wild variety Oryza nivesa is taken and then crossbred, and they are getting disease-resistant variety. Similarly, potato has been made resistant to late blight by deriving a resistant strain from Solanum demissum. Got it? Solanum tuberosum is potato. That they are crossbred and then they are getting Solanum demissum, which is disease resistant. Is that clear? So, drugs and medicine plants. A number of herbs have impressive therapeutic properties. See medicinal plants, and here you can see many medicinal plants. Is it clear? We have numerous plants derived substances which yield alkaloids which are useful for treatment of cancer. Basil, that is tulsi, neem, got it? These are all eucalyptus. These are all having some medicinal values. Alkaloids, if you take, it is used in treatment of cancer. Morphine is used as pain reliever and analgesic. Quinine is used for treatment of malaria. Taxol for for the treatment of cancer and schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is one of the mental disorder, children. 25% of all drugs are currently being obtained from 120 species of plants. Traditional system of medicine like Ayurveda make use of thousands of local or wild herbs to treat diseases. Sometimes synthetic products are made from the plant chemicals. These are known as botanochemicals. Siddha, Unani, these are all the medicines where you find these herbs are used, and the treatment is Siddha pharmacy, Ayurvedic, homeopathy. Like that, we have various fields of medicine where so many plant material is used as a medication. Got it, children? Beautification value. The vivid biodiversity provides a lot of aesthetic and beautification value. Beautification means, now you see ornamental plants. These are all in your gardens. You will find these ornamental plants. Got it? For this in your terrace, and if you have some space around the house, you will grow, no? That is, the vivid biodiversity provides a lot of aesthetic and beautification value. Human beings are fond of maintaining gardens, keeping pets, bird watching, wildlife gazing, ecotourism, etc. People travel thousands of kilometers to see the scenic beauty of Switzerland or the wildlife in South Africa. Being near nature relieves one of working stress. So, stress buster, children. If you are working too much, after weekend you will go for a long drive, see the nature, see the birds, everything, and come, isn't it? So, people working in open environments experience less illness. Is it clear? Cultural benefits. Many plants of nation are symbol of national pride and cultural heritage. Got it? And all nations recognize certain plants or animal as their national symbol. All students of, come on, you tell children, all students know, no? Which is our national symbol, which is that and all. Come on, you tell, no? Yes, you are right. Lotus, banyan tree, peacock, tiger are Indian flora and fauna. History shows that Indians have long been associated with certain plants and animals. Planting of tulsi in homes is considered as sacred. People, kejri, are worshipped by Indians. Is that clear, children? The sources in the ecosystem, they are used as resources of the ecosystem. Resources can be got it? The resources in the ecosystem can be maintained and sustainably utilized if the biodiversity of region is maintained. The composition of the air is controlled by forests, oceans, etc. Biodiversity exercises natural pest control, stability of various species, pollination, nutrient recycling, conservation and purification of groundwater, formation and protection of soil, etc. The value of these services are to be infinite. Isn't it, children? Purification of water and preservation of forest and soil, preventing soil erosion, protecting the soil. All these are the gifts given by the biodiversity to the mankind. Is that clear? Due to various activities, man or human activity or various other reasons also, nowadays there are there is loss of biodiversity. Got it? The diversity is lost. It is very pathetic to hear, but there are so many reasons. One by one, now we are going to learn about them. Reasons for loss of biodiversity. Human activities are the most serious threat to diversity. Human consumption of organic resources is another threat of diversity. If the forest coverage is destroyed, then other creatures depend on the forest also destroyed. The forest coverage is destroyed due to deforestation, shifting cultivation, development of developmental activities like constructing apartments, roads, widening of the roads, got it, making path to the hilly regions, all this, like making the roadways, railways, got it, making the forest into cultivating land, all these activities. Sometimes any kind of epidemic disease may cause the loss of vegetation of forest, which leads to distribution of the micro and macro habitat of the biodiversity of that place. Sometimes epidemics, got it, diseases also. What is the pandemic now we are undergoing? Yes, it is corona. We are right. Any pollutional effect can cause loss of biodiversity. Water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution also cause loss of biodiversity. The aquatic habitats like lakes, ponds, etc. are also polluted by different ways. Overfishing means too much of fishing. What is the reason? Greediness. Industrial pollution, oil spills are causing several damage to the biodiversity of the ocean. Formation of dam, construction of dam is causing adverse effect on the living creature and its surrounding areas. Sometimes man-made ecosystems like park, big aquarium can cause damage of small, but it is still a damage only for the local ecosystem. Natural calamities like flood, drought, volcanic eruption, avalanches cause destruction of the biodiversity. So you know about avalanches. They ice, glaciers and all fall, moving glaciers, and then drought for several years, no rain, and now floods are going on. You are watching TV, no? You don't see news, sir? So much water, floods. So all these are also natural calamities cause biodiversity. Is it clear? Now what is the potential, economic potential of biodiversity? How natural products from biodiversity are coming, that we are going to learn one by one. Anyhow, you have seen previously the same things you are going to learn now. So, growing, processing, preserving and selling of animal and plant product is the backbone of our economy, children, our industries. Agriculture, animal husbandry, poultry farming, got it, fishing and poultry farming, fish and fish products, got it, pisciculture, got it, agriculture, mushroom culture, got it, fish, pisciculture, apiculture. Apiculture means growing of honey, earn revenue and provide food. Fish and fish products are commodities of great economic importance in international trade. Got it? Mushrooms are also. Nowadays it is coming up, trade. Is it clear? So many mushrooms cultivation kinds like agaricus, bisporus, button mushroom, all that. Now next, pesticides. Many plants produce chemicals that repel certain pests. Many of the plants are used as poisonous or medicines. Suppose if you take neem, if hibiscus plant or anything gets pest, we put neem powder, neem oil, then the pest will die, isn't it? So neem is a plant which is used as a pesticide. Like that, many of this plant material, turmeric is a plant material used as a pesticides, like that. Is that clear? They are used as poisons and medicines also. Pyrethrum obtained from daisy plant. Calabar bean is used for extraction of methyl carbamate as an insecticide. Retinol, the extract of forest vine, is used as insecticide. Is it clear? So these are also used as insecticides. Now we'll move to the plants which are used as medicine. Some of the plants are used as medicines. The potential for discovering medicinal compounds in the wild organisms is huge and provides one of the most powerful arguments for conservation of biological diversity. About 25% of all drugs are of plant or animal origin. More than 50% are modeled on natural compounds. About 120 drugs are obtained from plants. Example, morphine, quinine, atropine, digitalis, like that. Got it? All these are the medicines which we get from the plants. Is it clear? So aesthetic value, that is ornamental value. The aesthetic value of the nature is appreciated by creation of hundreds of community gardens, botanical gardens, zoos and aquarium. The amount of tourism is much more in areas which possess natural beauty. Travel and tourism in India accounts for 5.6% of GDP. It provides 5.8% of total employment and generates 10.8% of total export of the country. Is that clear? So some of the plants which are used as timber. Wood is commodity which is used and traded worldwide. So wood is very important for the furniture, for the construction of house, etc. Worldwide it is traded, children. Very important it is. It has vast economic importance in national and international trade. Wood export constitutes significant part of the export earning of many tropical developing countries. You can see some of the 53 types of wood plants here. See, these are various kinds of wood plants. Timber providing plants. These provide timber. Example, teak, sal, neem, got it, acacia. All these are the plants which provide timber. Is that clear? Now you witnessed. Now we are going for the next topic. Ecological role of biodiversity. Got it? What are the ecological roles? These are all uses for the mankind you have learned. What else they are doing? They protect us from various factors like protection of water resources, soil formation, and also protecting the soil, preventing soil erosion from the floods, from the drought, and storage of nutrients, recycling of nutrients, decomposition. All this one by one we are going to learn now. Is it clear? Now the first one is protection of water resources. Forest, plant cover in water catchment areas. Got it? Forest and water cover. Forests, plants cover in water catchment areas help to maintain hydrological cycles. Got it? Like hydrogen cycle, oxygen cycle, nitrogen cycle. Got it? These cycles are maintained by the forest cover, children. Hydrological cycles, regulating and stabilizing water runoff and acting as a buffer against natural calamities such as flood and droughts. See how thick forest here. Got it? Thick forests are there. Got it? Wetlands and forests act as water purifying system while mangroves trap silt, reducing detrimental effect of marine ecosystem. Got it, children? Now you can see how the cycles are also maintained. Oxygen cycle, got it, nitrogen cycle. See here, without plants oxygen cannot come. oxygen photosynthesis. Plants will give out oxygen during photosynthesis. Got it? We give out carbon dioxide during respiration, which is used by the plants, and this is oxygen cycle. Similar way, nitrogen and atmosphere. We consume the proteins. After death, these reach to the soil as organic matter. The decay, nitrification is done. Again, they go back to the atmosphere. In the previous lesson, thoroughly you have learnt what are the various biological structures which help in maintaining, that is microorganisms which help in this cycles. Is that clear, children? The previous year you could have learnt, 9th standard I think you have learnt these cycles. Got it? Now, soil formation and protection. Soil is formed and maintained due to biological diversity. Clearing of vegetation leads to salinization of soil. The vegetation, if you take away, the soil become more saline. But its salts become more because plants are no more to absorb this soil. Leaching of nutrients. Got it? Laterization of minerals. Leaching of nutrients means the nutrients will be reduced because there is no decomposing material. And laterization of minerals and erosion of topsoil and reduction of land's productivity. Soil can be preserved by maintenance of biological diversity, retaining moisture and nutrient content of the soil, preventing erosion and hence landslides, safeguarding river banks and coastlines. River banks, coastlines, all are safeguarded, children, due to this biological diversity. Got it? Otherwise, they get eroded. The river banks all will get eroded. Floods will take place. Coastal lines are protected. Got it? Plant bodies provide organic matter to soil through decay. Root system facilitates. Here see how roots are spread. Root systems facilitate microbial activity and increase porosity of soil. Organic matter binds with the minerals such as iron and aluminium and reduces their ill effect. So many uses are there due to this forest. Is that clear, children? Now coming to nutrient storage and cycling. All nutrients are recycled in nature. These nutrients are found in the air, water and soil. Biological diversity is essential for these. Plants, got it, can take them up. Plants can take nutrients for soil and air, forming the basis of food chain. Got it? Which is the first one? Producers, plants. Got it? They take the nutrients from the soil and then further you know about food chain. Got it? How they come down. Nutrients in a food chain. A model of food chain I have given you there. Plants, from plants to the primary consumers, then secondary consumers, tertiary consumers. Got it? And then predators, and then finally decomposers. So that is how these nutrient storage and cycling is taking place. Then maintaining climatic stability. Maintaining climatic stability, vegetation affects climate at macro and micro levels. Dense forests promote rain by recycling. You have seen in the previous picture how dense forests will be there. Got it? So, maintaining climatic stability, that's the part we are left with. Vegetation affects climate at macro and micro level. Dense forests promote rain by recycling water vapor at a steady rate back into the atmosphere. At smaller scale, vegetation has a moderating effect on local climate. Got it? Moderate effect, vegetation in a smaller scale. That is, if you grow some plants on your terrace, your house temperature will not be modified. But if you have surroundings a big forest, then the climate will change. That is the meaning. Reducing pollution. Many forms of microbes and other plants and animal lives play an important role in breakdown and absorption of much pollution. Sewage, garbage and oil spills. Natural and artificial wetlands are being used to filter effluents. Effluents means industrial waste, the waste which are eliminated and thrown out from the industries, to remove nutrients. Heavy metals and suspended solids reduce the biochemical oxygen demand and destroy harmful microbes. You have learned biomagnification, bioaccumulation of, isn't it, accumulation of minerals and all, how so much mercury is accumulated in fish, how they caused. In the previous lesson you have learnt. So all those must be eaten away and that must be reduced, means it is done by microbes. Got it? Very important thing it is. Maintenance of ecosystem. There is a web of connections between one living organism to the other living organism and other living and non-living organisms. In turn, non-living organisms. It's a web. It is in the ecosystem. Plant matter is essential for maintenance of oxygen, carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. Removal or disturbance to one part of ecosystem will affect the other parts. Now you have learnt in this cycles as well as food chains how each part is interdependent. Surviving natural calamities. Natural calamities such as floods, earthquakes, cyclones, forest fires are the most unpredictable and prove to be hazardous to mankind. Hazardous, children. Forest fire recently, you have seen which place? Australia. Good memory. So there, how many kinds of space, how many animals, children? You see, now it is so pathetic to see on television how those animals are died due to forest fire, isn't it? Healthy ecosystems improve the chances of recovery. If the ecosystem is, we can't stop forest fire easily. We can't prevent that. It is natural calamity. But speedy recovery, chances of recovery is the healthy ecosystem. Populations which are isolated or inadequately conserved have a slow rate of recovery or may not be able to return to their former state. Populations may have non-viable genetic base which may lead to extinction of species. Got it? This is very important point. So many organisms are now, butterflies, insects, they are all becoming extinct. That is one of the drawback, children. What a diversity is lost. Now we have learned so many things about biodiversity. Now we are moving further. Some instances where specific services are given by the biodiversity to improve the environment. Activity of the earthworm aerates and increase the nutrients content of the soil. Vermicomposting. In previous lesson you have learned how they make burrows and they enter and they make the soil loose and they eat nitrogenous waste material, leave out, making them so much soft and porous so that the soil become very fertile. Vermicomposting. You have learned, no, children? Soil bacteria increase the availability of atmospheric nitrogen to the plants. In the previous lesson you have learnt rhizobium, very good. Nodular roots, how they help the nitrogen to be fixed. Soil nitrogen, atmospheric nitrogen fixing, nitrogen fixing bacteria. You have learnt. Now, microbes biodegrade complex organic material to simple matter. Bats pollinate wild bananas, guava, etc. And carpenter bees pollinate Brazil nut trees. And some more examples like dispersal of seeds by insects. Got it? Ornithophily, birds pollination, pollination by insects, honey production, collection of honey by the various bees, and roots, special roots going deep into the soil, preventing soil erosion. Just now you have seen the picture, how roots, you want to see again? how roots go deep into the soil and they prevent soil erosion. They hold the soil and prevent washing away of the topsoil. Is it clear? So these are all uses, special uses. Now we are moving to the next topic called endangered species. Some of the organisms like giant panda, got it, tiger, whooping crane, blue whale, Asian elephant, sea otter it is called, snow leopard, gorilla, got it. These are all many species which are endangered, got it, and some of them became extinct also. Some of the organisms, got it, like dinosaurs, you have learnt, they have become extinct, got it. Why? Because of various factors. Now we have learnt now those factors, got it. What are the extinct species, children? Mammoth elephant, got it, and the sabre-tooth cat, dodo, great auk, stellar sea cow, Tasmanian tiger, passenger's pigeon, got it. Like that, various organisms, they become extinct, got it. For that, children, world has one agency, a world agency, namely International Union of Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN. Once again, International Union of Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources maintains a database called RED database. Got it? It will collect all the information and store it. Information regarding endangered and vulnerable species of plants and animals is kept in IUCN. Got it? IUCN has developed categories for plants and animals based on the following characters: present and past distribution of species, decline in the number of population of the species in course of time, abundance and quality of natural habitat of the species, potential value of the species. Got it? That is present and past. How many are there in the present? How many are there in the past? Like that. And then decline. Decline means coming down. How the number is coming down. Decline number of population of species. Then abundance and quality of natural habitat in the species. So how many are there? Sometimes quality won't be there. Genetically they would have become weaker. Potential value of the species. If they are, suppose you take sandalwood, it is very costly. So people start cutting them. So the potential value is more, means also the species can become endangered. So the 4 categories they made based on all the above factors. First is endangered. These are species whose number have been reduced alarmingly and their habitats have been reduced drastically and they are in immediate danger of extinction. Soon they'll get extinct. If you won't protect, they'll become extinct. Got it? Alarming it is. Their survival is highly unlikely if factors causing their decline continue to operate. Is it clear? Then number 2, vulnerable species. These are the species that are under constant threat and may become endangered if the same conditions persist. The population of these species has been reduced drastically and whose ultimate fate is not assured. Got it? Ultimate fate is not assured, children. Definitely they'll become endangered. Now they are in the stage of vulnerable stage. If you protect them, if you don't continue the same conditions are not persisting, they might survive. Otherwise, they'll become endangered. Now rare species. Third one is rare species. These species have small population and they are localized in restricted habitats or areas. Very rare. Now so many roses are coming in the market. Now you are seeing so many colors. But one species called Paneer Gulab is small, tiny, pink one with lot of odor, aroma, that smell, scent that is not found now. Slowly it is it became rare species, like that. Got it? They may be scattered thinly over an extensive range. Somewhere in some villages we might find, but not as densely as other roses are coming, is it not? Rare species are not endangered but are vulnerable all the same. Got it? See, the species which have small proportions and they are localized in only particular area and very thinly scattered. Got it? These are rare species. Now, threatened species. The population of these species has declined considerably in total number and may be the verge of extinction in certain areas. So first threatened, then they become rare, then they become vulnerable, then finally they become endangered, and once they come to the endangered, that time if you won't protect, they will become extinct. So it is our duty to protect the nature and preserve the biodiversity. Is it clear? So with this, we are finishing one unit of the lesson, biodiversity. Meet you soon. Bye, children.